Essentially ay magkaroon po sila ng exposure sa information disorder.
Okay. All right. Disinformation, misinformation, and malinformation. Now, itong misinformation, medyo tatanggalin mo yan sa tinatawag nating fake news, di ba?
Opo, kasi wala pong masamang intensyon, honest mistake, no? Maaaring nakalimutan lang o talagang human error.
Therefore, yung disinformation, saka yung malinformation, merong ano yan, merong violation yan ng batas.
Yan po ang focus ng mga fact-checkers, ng mga academics, ng mga regulators, no? Yan din po ang focus ng content moderation.
Ms. Malu, mayroon bang violation sa batas niyan? Sa media practitioner tulad mo?
So, media practitioner. So, sir, kasi op-ed ako eh. Opinion.
Sige,
opinion
okay.
column.
Kahit na ganun. When disinformation and malinformation, do you think that there is violation sa batas natin?
Yeah.
That they can be charged in court?
Yes, sir.
Meron, ha?
Kasi willful and maliciously eh.
Okay. How about the other bloggers, for example? Can we have you answered on this, Mr. Chair?
Pwede pong ma-repeat yung question, Mr. Chair?
Nag-raise ka ako ng hand, di ako tinatawag.
Regarding po sa fake news?
Yeah, tungkol sa fake news and then the disinformation and malinformation.
Opo, definitely po cyber libel pwede pong yung pag disinformation, malinformation, kung ang purpose talaga ay mag-mislead ng tao para masira yung isang tao, yung isang kumpanya, definitely po pwede po yun sa cyber libel.
Now, kanina yung sagutan ni Congressman Marcoleta sa ni attorney tungkol sa Congressman Marcoleta said na medyo malicious ang scenario mo, no? Sa'yo, do you think that would be malinformation? Mr. Saan pangalan to? Gamboa? Is that malinformation? To inflict harm on a person? Is that not
Yung kanina po,
malinformation?
yung kay Congressman Marcoleta,
Yes.
wala na po ba siya? Wala na siya. Hindi, kasi si Attorney Ricky, Mr. Chair, was stating his opinion. Tingin niya, nilinlang daw ni Congressman Marcoleta yung mga follower, yung mga certain group of people. So
it is not to inflict harm on a person. Is it? Yung binanggit niya na ano yung binanggit niya na nanlilin lang at ano pa yung binanggit? Pakulo lamang ito ng panlilinlang. Naniniwala ba kayo na hindi ito malinformation where he used that to inflict harm on a person or inflict harm on a person's reputation or character?
well, I don't think may intention si Attorney Ricky na sirain yung pagkatao directly nitong si Congressman Marcoleta. I don't think meron siyang personal na
indirectly meron siya.
Opo, pero he was reacting doon sa specific moment na yun na sinasabi niya kanina. So, yun po yung, hindi ko po alam kasi siya po yung nagsabi. Pero sa tingin ko po, wala naman siyang
Sige, let me ask, you're raising your hand, go ahead.
I'd also like to build po on what Ms. Ellen Tordesillas said earlier. Now, we fact-check statements of fact. No? So, if it is mentioned or if something is uttered as an opinion, I don't think the qualifications of the information disorder, the mis, dis, and mal, can be used to describe it. No, so it must be a statement of fact for it to be fact-checked. No, and also,
so what do you think of what attorney said on about Congressman Marcoleta? Do you think it's a malinformation?
Again, Mr. Chair, I think the qualifications of mal, dis, and misinformation cannot be used in opinion.
Therefore, you would, as I understand now, that opinion, all right, and malinformation should be well defined, is it?
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair.
Well, Ms. Malu, would you please
Miss,
also answer that if you can?
Sir, yung sinabi ni Attorney Ricky, I would classify it as a value judgment. Pero mahirap value judgment.
Value.
Value.
Value, dahil sa kanya yun ang value set niya na nag-conclude siya na nanlilin lang. Pero uttered to a politician, nag-iiba yung kulay kasi pag sinabi mong ikaw ay nanlilin lang, it goes to trust. Kaya,
You were saying, Ms. Malo, that we should react, Mr. Chair, no? We should react whenever there is a fake news that is blatantly being spread for us, on us, okay? Now, is that not being onion skinned?
no sir. Kasi you just want to establish the facts. There are several tools where you can check whether there is an organic push or a push against you. There are several listening tools. I don't know if the good undersecretary. There are several listening tools. One of which is Meltwater, Ubermetrics, Brand25, keywords. The system will monitor, and if it is an authentic one, you will not see all dark ones. You will see several nodes going to several outlets. But if it is being pushed, there'll be several dark nodes and everything is going back and forth. That is an operation online. And there are existing applications that any legislator can use just to see whether it is organic and whether it is authentic.
Attorney Ricky, would you want to react on that, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Honorable Congressman Abante. Ako po kasi, never po akong nagmumura, never po akong nambabastos. Sa 9,000 vlogs ko, videos ko, wala po akong minura, wala po akong binastos.
Pantanong ko ganito, kayong dalawa vlogger kayo, di ba? Kayong dalawa vlogger kayo, di ba? So, nabanggit mo kanina, Attorney Ricky, na yung bang may mga bayaran na vlogger, naniniwala ba kayo ron? Merong mga vlogger na bayaran. May ang intention nila na sila ay magkalat ng fake news. Sapagat binayaran sila.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Congressman Benny Abante, sabi ko po kanina, yung mga vloggers na maraming views, maraming engagements, malaki na po ang monetization niyan sa social media. Hindi po sila naghihintay na ng bayad. Ang isa pa nga po pala to sa gusto kong i-share sa honorable members ng committee nito, ang kailangan parusahan yung nag-co-coordinate ng mga yan. Kasi mayroong mga taong nasa likod niyan.
Pero, Attorney Ricky, hindi natin nakikita yung hindi alam o nakikita yung nasa likod niyan eh.
Yun na nga din.
Oo, yun ang mahirap doon. Ang binabagit mo sa amin, Mr. Chair, yung imposibleng mangyari. Sapagkat hindi namin nakikita yung nasa likod niyan eh. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung nakikita namin, ang bibigyan namin ng ano niyan. Sabi ni Ms. Malu, na dapat kami mag-react dyan. Anong reaction ang dapat gawin? Dapat ba namin i-complain yan sa CICC o magdemanda kami diretso para malaman nila ang ginagawa nila ay masama?
Mr. Chair, ako po, agree po ako sa sinabi ni Ma'am Malu Tikia. Kailangan po ninyong sagutin yung mga issues na inaano sa inyo, na nire-raise. Pero kung talaga namang malicious, talagang kasuhan nyo po. Yung po kasi yan po naman ang nasa batas natin. Kaya lang nga po, ang sinasabi ko kanina, based on jurisprudence, kaya lang pag kayo po yung nagkaso, magpuprove talaga kayo ng actual malice. Hindi tulad sa private, kasi presumed ka agad yung malice.
Hindi mahirap yung mag-prove, Mr. Chair, sapagkat may mga pictures eh. May mga pictures, may mga salita. Yun, ebidensya na yun eh. Ang
Yes,
problema lang yan,